I've looked at as many alternatives as I can, and I would be totally content if you just leave me alone to just camp out in my house and enjoy it. It'd be maybe a third or fourth honeymoon. I care not about what other people do because I can't tell them what to do. I can urge them to do things. I can't make them do anything. I'm content here and enjoy the privacy that I have on the acreage I bought as a result of what I learned 10 years ago. We moved out of the city onto a hill out in the boonies, and we have a well, we have a donkey engine to run it. We have done everything I wrote about in my book so that we can have sanctity, security, and peace.
Let me ask you this, and Griff and Henning, let me ask you this. In a survival situation such as one that we may face, what is, especially if you have faith, and me being a Christian, let me ask you, what is the advantage to surviving such a nasty ordeal, or would you consider it a blessing if God did take your life, or if, do you think that it's more of a blessing if death befalls you, or do you think that surviving is something that as humans we have the instinct to do? Go ahead, Henning.
Well, I don't concur with the one-way ticket and then leave this world. I feel like I've much more to live for. I feel I still have a capability of helping others and support others, and also in a situation where it needs some skill and some wit. I also would have that, so I can actually contribute if we're talking about a larger group which is living together. Everybody chips in with what they have. But yeah, it will be difficult, as Griffith says, about there has to be a leader, one who takes the decision, and then we are back to this old kind of democracy, which I don't believe in the first place. So it will be difficult, but one individual by themselves, they can either resign, or they will really have to pick up their wits and put that to use in everything they do, in every decision they make. That can also do everything for them. If they make the wrong decision, trying to be spontaneous and just go with the flow, there is no room for errors for that times we are coming in now. Really have to date it inside your head before you make a decision. You need to do that, or else you won't fail. That's how I feel it. You need to become, you need to kind of screw on the predator on your head too, because you have to. You must get through it. And I come from Denmark. I lived here in America. I got two over there. I haven't seen them for 2 years now. I have a big hole in my stomach of being such feeling, hear that voice. Those I also...
You're breaking up, Henning. Can you go to a place where you get a little better signal, buddy?
Yeah. I don't know why it's breaking up.
I could tell you.
Yeah. You're thinking about the corporate? They are making a mess.
Go ahead, Henning.
I don't know where it's listed. Where did
it's still breaking up, buddy. What do you think? What do you think, Griff?
Joe, tell Henning to get up on. Tell Henning to get up on top of the roof.
Well,
Henning, I'm only joking. Don't get on the roof. Because of the paranormal experiences that I've had in the last 4 years, I have no fear of death whatsoever. I have absolutely no fear of death because of these experiences. But I want to be around to witness and to partake of the exciting times of the future. I want to be there to rebuild. I just think that would be a great adventure to do that. but I have no fear of death whatsoever. I don't want to miss anything. Actually, I want to be here. Joe?
Well, that's a heck of an attitude to have. I personally am the same way. I don't. What I fear more than anything else, and I'll be quite honest with you, is having to watch my children suffer. That's the only thing. I don't fear anything for me. That's not a fear. But to have to witness my children suffer, that's going to be something that's going to be hard for me to swallow. And it's,
then prepare now.
It's a stark reality that we live in.
Prepare now.
You know, I feel bad. I walk out in public and I see these young children, 15, 16, 18, 20, and they have babies, and some of them are, I saw a girl today, she's probably 17, 18 years old. She had approximately a 2-year-old child by the hand, and she was pregnant with another, and I thought to myself, in 6 months, it's possible that all hell's going to break loose, and she's going to be really, really suffering. And now's not the time to be, in my opinion, now's not the time to be bringing more kids into this problem.
That's a fact.
John, I have a question I want to ask you, John. In the future, when hungry people come to your door, how do you plan to manage those situations when they ask for food?
Well, to be quite honest with you, I haven't quite given it too much thought. I would probably give up what I can, but I do have to protect what I have and to keep what I have for my family. So I can't give up everything. But if I don't give up anything, then I stand a chance of possibly getting attacked for my supplies. So I'm hoping that somewhere down the line I will be able to open up some sort of a trading post.
Good answer. It's a difficult problem. Dr. Pepper, how would you address that problem when they came to your door asking for food?
I made a decision long ago that what I have is for all, if necessary. I decided that what I would do would share it with people on one condition, that they contribute to the community. Now, one person in a family, if you're only one person living in an apartment, you're a family of one. If in your community of one, what you want to do is find some other people your age or in your apartment complex or somewhere in your neighborhood, people with whom you can have confidence and with whom you can discuss these things and make a pact and an agreement that you're going to do things together. If not, move on and find some people who will. So we decided back in Y2K, Griff, how we'd deal with that, and that is we would invite people in and we would feed them, but we'd put them to work. We'd use the work ethic, not the dole, as a way, and say, and there's more. Here's how we get it. That garden over there, it has to be hoed. It has to be watered. You see that gate down there? People keep coming through it. How about going down and standing by the gate and tell people there's nothing here? Whatever. We will use people to. We will marshal our resources and put people to work doing what they can, because now they have a common interest in the mass. Unless they're the kind who would kill for food. If they have food, they shouldn't have to kill. Guns is the last thing I'm going to buy. I was telling people the other night on my show, 36 years before I bought my first grinder, I had plenty of grain. I didn't see the need to grind it until now. And so I have now my own hand grinder and my own electric grinder because it's time. So that gives you an idea that the most conservative person on the face of the green earth, who's written about it for 36 years, finally bought himself a grinder so he could grind his own grain. Because in the past, I would have been willing to give away some grain to get mine ground. And so I've changed my paradigm a bit that it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me. And like you, Griff, I want to be here when the new world is rebuilt, because I'd like to see it. I'd like to see us go back to the old values and go back to what I remember from my youth, being able to run barefoot and shirtless anywhere I wanted to, and was never afraid anybody was going to harm me. I'd like to go back to that.
It really was a simpler time, you know.
It was.
And going back to the